Yo, what's up? Your boy Jalen YC back at it with another episode of inSundaytional. This is season 3, episode 28 of inSundaytional. Last episode, I talked about me just fighting the feeling of loneliness every day. I used to feel it heavy like 3 years ago, but even though I still feel it today, I still have people around me, and it really helps. In today's episode, I want to talk about something very, very serious. Okay, before I start talking about it. No, I am not the smartest person in the world. I fucking hate talking about politics. I hate talking about this topic, but I feel like this needs to be said. This is just my own thoughts. You could agree with me, you could disagree, but just know these are just my thoughts about how I feel. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the United States of America, or should I say, the divided States of America. Now, first of all, this is nothing new. If you think the ICE is like, just because they're like big now, it doesn't mean that this is nothing new, man. This been happening for years and years and years. It's just that right now they're more serious than ever before. They're like letting their presence be known, and they're just fucking it up for the United States of America. At least that's what it's supposed to be. Now, do I love the United States of America? Of course I do. I live here. This is supposed to be a free country. Apparently, we have the ICE taking illegal immigrants from their families. If there are illegal immigrants, right, here's what should happen. At least let them pay a fine or something. I know the government likes to do some extra shit for the citizens of America, so at least let them pay a triple-digit fine or something. At least that would be better than separating them from their families. Let them sign some type of paperwork to prove that they're not illegal anymore, and they could go out their way and just continue to live their life. But no, you would want to kidnap them and put them in what they call alligator Alcatraz, where they put them basically in jail, and if they try to escape, then they're gonna get bitten by alligators or some shit. Now, if the illegal immigrant is committing a crime such as murder, rape, or embezzlement, something like that, then deporting would be understandable. But they're even deporting children, like if they were asked to be made. I think this is really fucked up, and I will never fucking understand why people actually approve of this. I live damn near in the south of the United States, bro, meaning that there are a lot of Trump supporters where I live, and almost every day I'm outside exercising, but I always have to look both ways, or even this way or behind me, to watch out for any weird activity, because yeah, the town I'm in may be quiet, but you never know. There is no safe place on earth. Now I'm hearing that they're deporting black people, so basically if I'm outside, I'm just running, and then the ICE come out of nowhere and start arresting me for fucking what? Because I'm not white? So I might as well just bleach my fucking skin like I'm Michael Jackson in order to not get deported. Is that what you want? America? I'm sorry, not America. The USA government. Is that what you want? You wouldn't want an all-white party in the United States of America? Is that what you fucking want? I'm not saying black power. I'm not Dr. Umar. I'm not that dumbass nigga. But what I am saying is the United States of America is not living up to its fucking name, bro. Any ethnicity who is not white, they get kidnapped from their families, or even the whole family gets kidnapped. All the plans that they were going to do, all the goals that they were going to accomplish, they can't do that anymore because some major inconvenience called ICE got in the way, separating families and putting them in cages. Like I said, I don't fucking understand why there is some people that approve of this. How? How can you approve of something so evil, bro? I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. This is about right and wrong, bro. Fuck the Democrat, fuck the Republicans, fuck the Whig Party. This is about right and wrong, okay? Because I'll tell you something about liberals, bro. They ain't safe either. Them same motherfuckers that be causing riots, you guys are not fucking helping at all. You're throwing shit at the police officers, you're destroying businesses, cars and all that shit. Like, I understand your frustration and everything, but what is that gonna solve, bro? What is ripping the Make America Great Again flag? What is that gonna do? They want you to be angry. I don't know how you don't see it. They want you to be angry so they can make a fool out of you. A lot of people in the riots, honestly, they are idiots, bro. They're complete fucking idiots. Because it's like, you want peace in this country, but your response is violence. Like, that's not gonna solve the issue here. It's not like NBA player Matt Barnes when he said violence is never the answer, but sometimes it is. Like no, in this situation, it's not. It's not. The United States government just wants you to be mad, bro. And another thing I want to tell y'all, bro, it doesn't fucking matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you think. You could tell them how you feel, and they'll understand it. They'll listen to you, but they just don't give a fuck. They do it because they want to make America great again. First of all, the only time America was great was when the natives was in the country. But you already know the story. When Columbus took over the country, man, if you really think about it, the history of the United States is kind of embarrassing. Because for black people that's in America, their ancestors came from slaves. So a fucked up white person would be like, you niggas are only here because your ancestors were slaves. So if that person says something like that, right, that shouldn't be something to flex at all. And even though we have a lot of black people in America, it's still really fucked up of how we got here, bro. And the crazy part is, slavery's still going on. It just goes to show how fucked up the world is, man. Not just America. This is a fucked up country, bro. This is a country that I love, but I just wish that the government can be a little younger. And honestly, if it's ever possible, I need the Democrat and the Republican Party to just not exist anymore. I feel like that's what's hurting the American people. This may sound like a dumb idea, but if we somehow get rid of the Democrat and Republican Party, I feel like more people in the USA would be connected. Because at the end of the day, the two people who won a presidential race, they're fighting for what's best for America. And what Trump is doing right now, and it's not only Trump. Don't think that Trump is the only one doing this. He can't single-handedly fuck up America. It's a whole lot of people, bro. What's really getting me is just the fact that the kids, bro, the kids are just getting deported as well. Like what the fuck they do? Steal a Snickers bar from a convenience store? Wait. I think I know what happened. They're not white. I just read something saying that a man who voted for Trump, he went to Canada and he wasn't allowed to come back. They're even they are turning against Trump supporters, bro. If you're a Trump supporter watching this, bro, at least have some sense, man. Because look, I'm like I said, I'm not a Democrat. I don't give a fuck about Kamala Harris. I don't care who's in a Democrat Party. I don't give a fuck. I'm just speaking right from wrong here, okay? But your fellow Trump supporter is not allowed to come back to the country. Is not allowed to come back to the country. And you still want to fuck with this man? If you just found out about this and you still are a Trump supporter, something is wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. You have an evil mind. However, no matter what I say, I don't think it's going to change. If anything, it might be worse. Because this is America. A lot of people told me that Kamala Harris was going to win. I told them no, that's not going to happen. Trump is going to win. As much as we don't want him to win, he's going to win. Because that's how America is. A lot of people said that I was crazy for saying that the big, beautiful bill is going to pass. Because there was a point where it wasn't going to pass. And everyone was celebrating, saying, oh yeah, the bill isn't going to pass. I was like, no, it's going to pass. And people was saying, are you crazy? Are you actually stupid? Look what happened now. Like, do you think I want this to happen? I already know it's going to happen because historically, America is a fucked up country. Think about the history, bro. Think about the segregation days. Think about what happened in the 50s. Think about Ruby Bridges, a 6-year-old girl who was walking to school and grown-ass white people was cussing her out. She's a 6-year-old black girl, who, by the way, is still alive. Give her some flowers. Let's be honest, if Donald Trump was a president in the 50s, I don't know, man. It'll be ugly. But remember what I said about the people that like to riot and shit. You know, there's a reason why Martin Luther King didn't fight back when he was called racial slurs. Because he knew that if he did fight back, that's what they want. Because now the police can come and interfere. They'll arrest him, and he'll probably never give out a speech. Now thinking about it, if MLK never did a speech, then maybe, I don't know what the fuck will happen to me. I honestly wouldn't know if I will ever make it to this world if MLK never did a speech. It's not just him, you know. It's also Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, John F. Kennedy. Like, I'm not going to put one race above the other. Like, no, man, no. I never do that, bro. But we just got to acknowledge how fucked up America was historically to different ethnicities who are not white people. Just imagine if there was like 100,000 white people in Uganda, and the Ugandan president is like, we're gonna kidnap all the white people. How do you think? There's something that Trump meat riders don't do, is they don't put themselves in other people's shoes. They don't know what it's like to come from humble beginnings. They can't accept the fact that this is not the 1950s anymore. The United States of America needs some help. We need Jesus Christ himself to come to this country and put a stop to this nonsense, man. Like, I know I keep mentioning this, but I still don't understand. I don't understand how people approve of the bullshit ICE is doing. A lot of people they're deporting don't even have a criminal record, bro. They haven't stolen from anybody. They haven't killed anybody. If anything, they're building fucking schools, hospitals. They're a lot of them is working hard in your fucking country. But you can tell them that and they don't care. I may not be the smartest man in the world. Sometimes I have my dumb moments. But if there's one thing I do know, is that the United States deserve a whole lot better. The United States deserve a government that actually gives a fuck about its people. Look at all the other countries, especially the ones in Asia. I always say, Japan, China, them Asian countries, they always know what they're doing. Always. Why do you think a lot of streets in Tokyo is clean, bro? Because the government gives a fuck about their people. I've been seeing videos of a whole fucking, like Philadelphia is a whole fucking trash land. But our government is just chilling like this. Hey, you want to go band for band? The United States government needs to go younger. With no party. They need a young government and a young president who knows what's best for the United States citizens. They need a young president who came from humble beginnings and knows what it's like to be in low or middle class. They need a young president that can understand and be aware of America's problems and tries his best to fix it. There's a lot more I can say about this, bro, but like I said, this is a topic I do not like talking about, but I just feel like I just needed to say something about it, bro, because this has gone on way too far, and I feel like it's just beginning, though. But if you're worried about ICE and what the fuck they're doing, just remain calm. Don't overthink anything. Just breathe. Just don't do anything foolish, and most of the time, they won't bother you. God bless America, and God help America. That'll do it for me. Hope, I don't know if this made y'all feel better, bro, but this is something that needs to be said. Don't stress about it too much, I would say. Just keep living your life. Keep working on that dream you want to achieve. But yeah, guys, I'm out. And as always, As I say every Sunday, have a great Sunday.